What's up everybody, Honey with you here, bringing you Wiseman's grandchild anime review. This is episode 11. This was a very, very intense episode of battle heavy from start to finish. As our main group gets to this town called Swede, which a lot of people have told me on my last review that this town is actually in Kubasiba, the anime. Now I have not watched the anime or read the manga of it, so I'm not sure. I don't know really much about Kubasiba or Kubasibi, how you pronounce that anime with Aqua and Kasuba in it. But hopefully I'm pronouncing the name right. I'm not sure if I'm doing that right. But supposedly this town, there was another town in that series that's the same. Some people are saying that it's a ripoff. I'm not really sure. That's what I was told. Correct me if I'm wrong. But as the guys get there and they make fun of Shin because he's nervous and the name that he gave the group, the Ultimate Magicians, we get to see the town that they're going to, Swede, and we see a whole bunch of demonoids, humans on horses, just like shooting fireballs at the walls of the town to knock it down. But their mages put up a barrier, and the captain of the mages and the knights was like, send out a request for air shield because we need their support when we hold these guys back. Then the captain, said to himself afterwards, I wonder how long can we hold these guys back until these guys get here, and how long will it take for them to get here. Then after that, Shin and the guys finally get in, and the city's a wreck. It's a complete mess. And these two guys hunting down a woman who's running away with her baby in her hands. It's not really a baby, it's a child. She's probably like 10 years old, maybe younger, probably like 6 or 7. But basically the mom has her daughter in her arms, and she's running at full speed with her daughter. It's for safety, but these two guys are catching up because, of course, they demonoids and she's just a regular human. So, she's struggling to outrun them, and they finally catch up to her. And before they get to like blast her and the baby away, or her and her child, I mean, Shin comes in and just drop kicks one, which was hilarious. And he has also Julius is with them, and Julius killed the other one. So it was like, and finished off the one that Shin, kicked earlier as well. So he killed both. Then Shin was like, take this lady and her daughter to safety. And Julius was like, okay, bet. And as they're walking away, the little girls are happy and just waving at Shin, and Shin feels kind of happy, so he's waving back. Then we get different battles everywhere, and that's when the group decides to split up into two. We got Yuri and I believe his name is Sam. They're together. We got the other girl, the one with the short black hair and glasses. She's with Alice. Then we got Olivia and her boyfriend James. Then we have Maria, she's with August. Cicelyne is not partaking in the battle. Shin told her to stay behind because we need her for her hidden abilities. But let's be honest, the real reason why Shin doesn't want her in the battle is because he's afraid of losing her. And as they're discussing their battle plan and he's sending them off, there was somebody with red hair, observing them, which was the guy from last time, the scout. I don't remember his name or if his name was introduced, so I'm going to just call him Red. But Red was, observing Shin, and he was like, let's see how powerful you really are. And he had caught a whole bunch of more demonoids to attack Shin. But Shin is bodying them, and he got petrified just seeing how powerful Shin is. Because no matter how much magic he used, and he's using a whole bunch of high level magic, it seems like Shin doesn't run out of magic. And this guy's getting freaked out. And we get to switch to everybody else, battlefield and stuff like that. And like I said, this was a really battle heavy episode. And we get this one quick moment where the king is looking out his window throne, and he's like, this should end soon. I guess I called you off for nothing. And when he turns around and we look to see from his point of view who he's talking to, it's funny because Merlin and Melden are actually in that, already in that, kingdom. They're actually next to the king of the kingdom. So it's like, and Merlin was like, well, I guess Shin and his people got here a lot quicker than we thought they would. They were able to come here at the same time we were. So it's kind of amazing, how they were already there. Which also brings up the question, if Shin and his people never came, would Merlin and Merlin be able to take care of these guys? In my opinion, I believe they would, but I could be wrong. I don't read the manga or the light novel, so I don't really know much about their powers, so I could be wrong, but just going on what I know so far, them being powerful and been through a lot of battles together, I believe they could. But we shift over and we have Maria and August fighting the leader of the Demonoids. And he's putting up somewhat of a good fight because he's using like dead people and stuff as body shields. But then when they finally do get to connect on him a hit that he couldn't dodge or block someone's dead body around, he actually took out a magic gear, which they call magic gears their magic weapons in this series, which that was nice to know. But he basically stole a staff from a magician that he killed earlier, and he's using it to block their attacks. And they just kept on constantly attacking him until his mind couldn't like focus no more, and the shield couldn't be put up, and then they just basically burned him to a crisp. And we have Red going around looking through all the battlefield, and he's spooked. He's like, it's not just Shin. Every the people he came with are extremely powerful. How are we supposed to take him out? And while he's talking, he's actually talking to himself in his head, but his master who sent him here, Zetz, is actually listening too, and he's actually outside in like a forest area behind a tree watching what this is going on. And he was like, well, I wanted to see how powerful Shin is against the scale that I put, but since he's going beyond the scale that I have set, I might have to come up with a new strategy for him. And he turns around and we see Maria, she's there, the other demonoid, the one who's in love with Sodom, the girl with the long red hair. She's there, and Zetz was like, go attack. And as you see in one of my thumbnails, we have her entering the city, and I guess she's a fire mage, or maybe the fire attribute was the magic that was given to her when she became demonoids. But she walks in, and everywhere she looks, everything gets set on fire, and her eyes pitch red, and she's just walking in a blaze of trail, looking like she's the Phoenix from the X-Men, which it was a cool entrance. But let's be real here. If Sodom is the strongest out of the 3 high-level demonoids, then Shin should be able to take her one-on-one since all the other demonoids are gone. Unless somehow she's actually stronger than Sodom, which that'd be crazy. Not to mention Merlin and Giru's there, so that brings up the question: can Shin fight all 3 of these guys, all high-level of demonoids, Sodom, Maria, and Zetz, or will he have his people and Merlin and Merlin help him as well? Just want to answer that question if we can. No spoilers, of course, but that brings up the question: can they win? Who knows? I mean, they couldn't do nothing against Sodom, but maybe they can actually fight Maria or Mibia. But that'd be an awesome battle. I don't know who's gonna clash with her first. I doubt it if it's Shin. But this was a pretty good episode. But one thing that I'm very, very curious about, and I kind of see this happening because it was hinted throughout the episode, Cicelyne. I believe Cicelyne is going to get kidnapped. One, when Shin was talking to her one-on-one and he was like, be careful and watch yourself, they were being watched by Red. And 2, we know Zetz has to come up with a new plan because he can't take on Shin head first. So the best way to do this is they're taking a hostage that will affect Shin. And nobody will affect Shin more physically, mentally, and spiritually, and emotionally than Cicelyne, the woman he's in love with. Oh, and not to mention the episode did end. If you didn't skip the credits, we have an after credit scene where Sodom actually arrives, and he was like, Zetz, how dare you create something like this behind my back? It's so much fun, and he didn't even rate me. And then we had to have Sodom there in the sky laughing. So Sodom could pop down anytime to try to get a rematch with Shin. So, yeah. The question I want to bring is, can Shin and his people, with or without Merlin and Merlin, can they take on these 3 high-level demonoids? We know it was Shin 1 versus 1, any of the 3. Most likely he could win. But now there's 2 more, so how is that going to play out? Not to mention, a lot of them was using high-level magic in this battle versus these 100 demonoids regulars that came in. So you have to imagine they're going to be exhausted and tired. If not mentally, physically, maybe both. So just throwing that theory and discussion out there as well. But that's all I have for you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share with your family and friends. Give this video a like. Follow me on Twitter, link down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe. But that's all I have for you. Peace out and have a good one.